Hi guys, it's Chrissy and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a really fun collab with my friend MsGryphi, aka Tanya, and we're both going to be building roller rinks. Well, at least I'm building a roller rink, she's going to be building an ice skating rink. And yeah, we've decided to do them both in different seasonal styles. So obviously I'm doing a roller rink, so we decided that I would be building mine in a very summery, springtime kind of, vibe, kind of theme. And then obviously since she's building the ice skating rink, she's going to be building hers in a very wintry theme. And yeah, so we're doing this collab together, and I'm so excited for this. I've been looking forward to this video all week. I asked her to do a collab with me last weekend, I think it was last weekend. I watched one of her builds and she asked for build ideas that she could do on her channel, and I commented with something about a roller rink or ice skating rink or something like that, and then it came to me that maybe we could do it as a collab, so I asked her and she was kind enough to agree. And yeah, so I've been really excited about this collab. She's one of my favorite builders on YouTube. She's one of my favorite sim YouTubers. And I don't know, I was really excited when she said yes to the collab. I didn't think she would. I'm really nervous when it comes to asking people to do collabs or stuff like that, since for some reason I always think people are going to say no. And so far, I've never asked someone to do a collab and they've never said no. Asked someone to do a collab that they've said no to, so I don't know why I'm still scared of that. But yeah, so I'm really excited that she decided to do this collab with me. And I'm really excited to see her build. She did send me a sneak peek of her thumbnail. And just from that, the build looks absolutely amazing and I'm so excited. I love the style that she built hers in, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. I can't wait to see it, mind you. But yeah, so if you don't know who Tanya is, who MsGryphi is, I don't know how you don't know. You must be living under a rock or something. But yeah, she does some amazing builds over on her channel. She also has 2 Let's Plays currently running. I don't know if her Vampires Let's Play is still running or if that season of it has ended, but I do know she has 2 other Let's Plays, her Parenthood and her Seasons Let's Play, that are both still running. So I watch both of those and I absolutely love them. Her Seasons Let's Play I think is on season 2 by now. I might be wrong, but I think it's on season 2. And yeah, I've watched it since the beginning and it's absolutely amazing. I love the way she tells stories with her sims, and they all have different personalities and characteristics, and they're very lifelike, I guess you could say. But yeah, and obviously her builds are amazing. As I said, she's one of my favorite builders on YouTube, so you guys should definitely go and give her channel a look. But yeah, she is definitely one of my biggest build inspirations. She was one of the people that inspired me to start my own channel. And I do still to this day gain a lot of inspiration from watching her builds. I mean, I'll just watch one of her builds and then suddenly be in the mood to build something, even if I wasn't in the mood for building at all before that. So yeah, I hope you guys definitely go and give her channel a look. But yeah, a bit about this build. I didn't initially plan for it to be this big, to be on a 40 by 50 lot. Yeah, it's on a 40 by 50 lot. I didn't plan for it to be this big. I wanted to build it on a 40 by 30 at the most. But then when I actually got the roller rink out and I wanted to use the big one for some weird reason, and I wanted to also experiment with the glass roofs to make it look like it's kind of in this kind of pavilion kind of area. So when I tried that on a smaller lot, it obviously didn't fit because there wouldn't have been place for any of the other objects that I wanted to place. I did want this build to obviously, since it is supposed to be for spring and summertime, I wanted there to be a lot of other, family activities, like the water slide and some play equipment for kids and for toddlers, and I wanted the food, I wanted to use the new food stalls that came with seasons that have the seasonal food that you can buy there. I wanted to use those. I wanted to use, you know, a lot of things, and that just wasn't going to fit on a smaller lot. I debated doing it on a 50 by 50, but I decided to give this one a go first and see if I could make everything fit. And luckily I did. I mean, I think if I did it on a 50 by 50, it would have been too big. I would have had too much going on, I think, or there would have been too much open space. That's one of my biggest problems when I try to build parks. There always ends up being this, you know, massive open space either in the middle or somewhere in the build, where there's just this so much open space that I don't know what to do with it, because I've already put in everything I wanted to put in, and then we just have this giant open space that I don't know what to do with. And I don't want to fill it all up with landscaping, because I mean, it's not supposed to be a botanical garden or anything, but this lot does have quite a bit of landscaping now that I think about it. But that's just, well, that's just me. I don't think I've ever done a build that doesn't have a lot of landscaping. But yeah, I did cut some of the landscaping out since it's very repetitive. I did only use like, I think 3 or 4 different plants throughout the whole of this lot. I used the same plants, and I think I only used 4 of them. And yeah, I did cut out a lot of the landscaping since it was really repetitive. I was spinning the camera all over the place, and yeah, I think I cut it out anyway. Oh wow, I'm going to look like a complete doofus if I didn't cut it out. I edited this build like 2 or 3 nights ago now. I'm recording this on Thursday night. So I've had this build finished for the past, I don't know, 2 days or so. So I edited it right after I built it. And now I can't remember what I cut out and what I didn't cut out. So that's kind of embarrassing. Watch me not have cut anything out of this and I'm just being a complete doofus. You bet that would happen to me. I mean, really, that would happen to me, now that I think about it. But I think I cut the landscaping out. I think I did. I think I show me starting with it and then I cut it out. I hope. Otherwise I'm going to look like a complete idiot. But yeah, I wanted to use a lot of bright, vibrant colors. So for the landscaping, I think I used a lot of the plants from, what do you call it? What's that pack called? Oh my word. Oh yeah, the romantic garden pack. I used those, I don't know what you call it, like cattails. They almost look like cattails. But I use a lot of those plants. I used them in the yellow since I thought that would add, you know, a bit of summery colors to the build. And then I used those base game floor low-lying plants and jungle adventure plants. I think that's all of the plants I used. But yeah, so I really like the way the landscaping turned out. It's very vibrant, it's very green and yellow and, you know, really nice. I like it anyway. And yeah, it's my favorite part of this build is probably the pavilion area with the rollerblading rink. I add quite a few extra details to the rink itself, to the sides and stuff. But the pavilion, I go a bit overboard with decorating it, I think. But yeah, so I hope you guys like that. It took me ages to raise everything up and get everything where I wanted it to be. But yeah, we've cut out the landscaping, so I'm not an idiot. I did cut that out. But yeah, so yeah, I think if I'm looking at it correctly, I think I yet used just like 3 or 4 plants. Yeah, 3 of the low-lying plants, that bush from Cats and Dogs. Oh yeah, and I think I used 6, my bad. But anyway, it's not too much. I don't use too many different plants and too many different colors, which I tend to do when I do landscaping. I usually don't use a very select few plants when I landscape. I use a lot of plants and I use a lot of different colors usually. I don't know if that's just me or if a lot of people landscape that way, but I like colors in my gardens. I do. I love flowers, even though we don't have any at our house at the moment. We have lots of lavender in the front yard, but that's about it. But yeah, funnily enough, my family, my mom, she loves gardening, and I love gardening too. I just don't like working outside. But yeah, so that's kind of a paradox. But yeah, I love gardening. I love plants and everything like that. I love flowers, but she doesn't really like flowers. So we've never really had flowers when I was growing up in the yard. We've always only had maybe like some big bushes and lots of lavender. We've always had lavender growing up. So so lavender is definitely one of my favorite plants by now. But yeah, I really like flowers, so I like using flowers in my builds. I really don't use flowers. And I had lots of fun with these seasons decorations. I think they're supposed to be more like holiday decorations, but in some of the colors they look perfect for a summery or springtime, just venue that maybe the community has, decorated for summer or for Easter or whatever you want to play out here. But yeah, it was surprising how many things we actually have in the game that work perfectly for this kind of build. Usually I don't go for this style for all of these. I don't oh my word, what was that word? I don't usually go for a build that has this many colors in it. And I also don't usually try and go for summery styles, since summer is my least favorite season out of all of them. So you won't really catch me doing builds that are summer themed. Although saying that right now, I've actually just had an idea for another build that is summer themed. So yeah, why? Why? Or I think you could attribute it to the fact that I hate summer in real life, but in The Sims, I think it's rather cool. I think summer in The Sims is fun, and my Sims enjoy summer. I just hate summer. So you could say that. You could say that I'm embodying my inner Sim when I do summer builds. So yeah, that sounds really funny. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, so I haven't seen Tanya's build yet, so I can't really tell you anything about it. I can't tell you my thoughts about it or anything, because, I haven't seen it. But yeah, I know just from kind of watching her other builds, and obviously by now kind of knowing her build style and the way that she builds, and from seeing the thumbnail, I can probably tell you guys already that I'm going to love it. It's going to be probably right up my alley with the style of the build, probably with the colors that she's going to use. If I, think about it hard enough, I can probably think about the colors that I would have used in that build. And we have quite similar building styles, I think, anyway, or we enjoy the same kinds of builds, I should say. Even though I know she doesn't really build with a lot of color usually. She doesn't like lots of different colors in her builds. She's more of a, I don't know. Well, I think she likes colors, but she mainly uses blue in a lot of her builds, and she said this herself. She doesn't know why she always uses blue for her houses. But I think it's kind of like a running joke by now that all of her houses are blue, and whenever she doesn't use blue, it's this big, achievement. But I think it's a running joke by now, which I find kind of funny, since I myself tend to use blue a lot in my builds as well. And I just think that's because we have so many blue swatches in the game. We have so many objects that come in blue swatches, and so many nice blue swatches, that I think it's impossible not to, you kind of fall into this, I don't know, not habit, but yeah, to fall into this kind of habit of using blue in your builds. I think it's kind of unavoidable if you build a lot. And if you enjoy building and you like building, so obviously you'd build a lot. So I think it's kind of unavoidable to use blue a lot in the game. But yeah, we're working on the roller rink right now, and you'll see that I did add a lot of banners and streamers and, just little decorations to the build, to the pavilion area and to the roller rink itself. So I really like the way it turned out. I wouldn't mind going there personally. Even though I've never rollerbladed in my life. I've never even been ice skating in my life, so I would probably fall on my butt 90% of the time. I would probably just sit there. Just sit there in the middle of the rink and watch everyone else. But yeah, I really like how it turned out, and I love what I did with the lanterns here. It's kind of annoying that the lantern item itself, the pole that it's on, you can't change their colors. You can't change the color from that really weird, you know, reddish orangey wood. You can't change the pole's color. You can just change the lantern color, which I find is really annoying, because then you have to use, you can use columns to just hide it, which is what I've done, and which is what I'm probably always going to do. But yeah, it would have been nice if you could change the pole color, or at least if some of the swatches had different pole colors, like we have with the city living lanterns and the toddler stuff lanterns. They have a few different swatches that have a few different poles. So yeah, I just wish these were like that too. But they're still really nice, they're beautiful, and I love the fact that I actually provide light. They actually provide a bit of light when you place them, so they're not just decorative objects, which, I mean, that would have still been fine, but I like that they serve a purpose. For The Sims, I like when objects that are decorative do serve some kind of purpose. I really like that, since, I don't know, I like decorating, but sometimes I feel like I over decorate a lot of the times. And a lot of the times, especially when I do house builds, I don't know if you guys prefer it when I don't decorate too much, when I don't personalize houses, you know, a lot, or if you prefer it when I do personalize houses, and when I have kind of like an idea of the family that would have lived there or stuff like that. You guys should let me know about that in the comments, if you prefer it when I kind of have an idea of a family for the house, or if I just make it kind of generic and don't personalize the bedrooms. Especially, I tend to always personalize house bedrooms. I tend to always have kind of, oh, this would have been for a teenage girl or a teenage boy or whatever in mind when I do builds. So you guys should let me know if you like that I build that way, or if you would prefer it if I, you know, didn't put so much personalization into my builds. But yeah, I hope you guys like this build. I think I've talked enough about the build by now, but I just want to say that I really like the way it turned out. I will definitely be using this in my own game. I don't know, I just really like the feel that it has, and I would have loved if there was a place like this near me that I could go to, because it would probably get me out of the house for at least a few hours, at least once anyway. But yeah, I hope you guys like this build. I think we're almost done. We just put in a few more extra little, what do you call it, little furniture objects. Yeah, we just put in some extra furniture outside that you kind of need if you want it to be a functional park, like some chess tables, we have some seating tables, I do add in a few grills, even though you technically don't need them since you have the food stalls. But I thought maybe your sim wants to grill, maybe they don't want to buy food or something like that. And I wanted to say that this park is toddler friendly. There is the toddler, you know, little jungle, not jungle gym, but play, whatever you call that, playground thing for toddlers. There's that, and then there are also toddler potties in both of the bathrooms, so you can take your little toddlers to this. And I try to make it as family friendly as possible, so that there would be things for all, you know, all ages to participate in. I even add 2 little toddler pools. I don't know how well they fit in, but I really like how they look, so yeah, I hope you guys like them. And obviously I did place 4 sprinklers on this little tile area that I made, that I thought made it look like they were like it was some kind of water feature that your Sims could play in. I really like how that turned out. But we're almost done with the build. We just add some seating areas around the roller rink, and then we're done. I think we just add some decorations around, a few more plants and stuff. I really like what I did with the on those tables that I put there. I've skipped past it by now, but those coffee tables, I don't keep the plants that I have on them at the moment. I replace them with the new trees that came with seasons. Those kind of I think they're supposed to be potted trees. I placed 2 of them on those tables, and I really like the way they turned out. I do another cool thing with one of the plants that came with the pack. I size that other standing plant with the two alternating pots, those. Yeah, I placed two of them on both tables and I size one of them down so it looks kind of like it's built into the table. I wanted it to look like that. I wanted the trees and those plants to look like they were built into the table. But we're almost done with the build. We have like 20 seconds left of it, so I'm going to leave it off right here. Once again, guys, if you haven't checked out MsGryphi's build already, I will leave links to her build and her channel and her Twitter down below, so definitely go and have a look at her stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys liked the build, and I will see you all on my next one. Bye, guys!